Man, I remember there was a time when I remember where all of this was dirt, all right? All of these big mansions, nice real estate, it was all dirt. And I used to come and look at them building these things, and I used to be like, at some point, I'm gonna own one of these. I was gonna dream big. And what I wanna tell you is a lot of times, people will accept you not dreaming big, all right? They're comfortable with you not dreaming big. One of the things that men, particularly black men, have to deal with is people accepting average. They want you to accept average. They want you to be marrying single mothers. They want you to be marrying old women, women that are overweight, and that's average or below average. And many times you derail your entire life trying to chase that average. And when you accept average like that, and you accept people holding you to a certain standard, criticizing you for doing better for yourself, living a free agent lifestyle, living free, then you debilitate yourself if you hold yourself back, and only they can hold you accountable at that particular point. What's up, man? How you doing? All's well, man. Look at this.
Day, right?
This is beautiful. It's back.
Yeah.
It's back. It's been like 5 weeks or so.
Yeah, it's been real cool.
Yeah, man.
I feel one,
All right, yeah, you too. So this is Dana Point. This is Strand Beach, Dana Point, California. Probably about 15 minutes away from where I normally live right now. But like I said, I remember when all of these houses were being built. And I used to look at it and say, one of these days I'm gonna have one of these homes, okay? Now, it's not now. It might be sometime in the future. But what I want you to know is that free agent lifestyle that I've talked about all this time, that free agent lifestyle was built for something like this. Now, it might not even be this, because sometimes I look at it and say, what would one person do with all of this? I mean, what would I do with all of this space? I'm really content with the space that I have, but it doesn't limit you from having whatever it is that you want, okay? How do you get this? Do you pay cash for this type of stuff? No, you probably don't do anything like that, but your investments and everything that you do up until this point will lead to that. All of the choices, the sacrifices that you make, okay? Not going out, studying, all right, making sure you have multiple revenue streams, it will all lead up to this. And a lot of people will simply not understand you, all right? They will tell you to not go for it. They will tell you to just settle up with some woman, all right, cuddle up and accept your average existence here. I just can't live that way. What's going on? What's up? I'm recording. Leaving where? Tuesday might be possible, should be possible, but I'm supposed to be recording some stuff. But let me text you and see if we can come up with a time. Okay. All right. One of the funny things about these things, you guys see these real estates here, you see these properties here. Okay, when I moved here, I got my real estate license, and I was like, I'm gonna sell a bunch of these properties. And by selling these properties, I'll be able to afford moving into one of these. Now, the mistake that I made ultimately is believing that real estate agents can make this type of money. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of real estate agents that make pretty good money, but what you have to understand is the 80-20 rule always apply. 80% of the agents live in apartments, all right? 80% of the agents sell 20% of the real estate, while 20% of the agents sell the remaining 80% of the real estate here. And I had to come up with a different game plan. I knew a lot of real estate agents that lived in apartment complexes. I was like, you know what? How are you selling? They were selling $1 million properties, all right? That's just kind of the state of Southern California real estate, is that you can sell $1 million properties and still be living in apartments. And that was one of the things that I didn't want to do. So I decided to come up with another plan. And my plan was to build a clientele that I can actually train in these type of things, and then realize if this was actually some of the things that I wanted. And once I got access to some of these places, I realized that's not what I really wanted in life. So I had to redirect that purpose, find a different way around it, build a different dream, and then get that. And once I redirected that purpose, I figured out what I really wanted in this life was peace, quiet, and freedom, okay? A lot of times you have that real estate and you really don't get peace, quiet, and freedom, all right? You get a great big piece of real estate, and let me tell you a secret, A lot of the owners that own these properties, they don't live in them, all right? These are their second homes, their third homes, all right? They might be in that home for 2 months, maybe. But I had to redirect my purpose and realize that peace, quiet, and freedom was of the utmost importance. And I couldn't get that sacrificing or settling for average. I couldn't get that settling for single mothers. I couldn't get that not raising my kids and just paying child support. I couldn't get that being with average people. And I couldn't get that settling with women that said they were the prize, that they were overweight, that they were bringing in all of their baggage. I just couldn't do it. So formulate your own plan. Figure out what exactly it is that you need. Dream big, all right? Realize whatever, sometimes it's too big. Sometimes you have to make room for that bigness. But then at the points where you're building, you got to be happy with where you are. But going backwards, settling for just anything, settling for average people in your life, all right, that is not going to get it. One day, right? One day you'll see me in something like this. But for now, we just going to keep on working. And for whoever wants to know, there's an open lot right here where you can build your dream, okay? You can build your dream right here. Let me show you that view. Build your dream. You can build your dream. You can dream. If you're dreaming real big, you can get some ideas right there. That's what I love to do, man. I love real estate. I didn't necessarily like selling real estate, but I just love it. I used to have a biology professor that used to tell me, he used to make jokes about people. This guy went and got his PhD, okay, and studied. Very accomplished professor, and he used to joke about people being ready to die at age 30. You graduate from high school. You might go to community college or something like that. You might go to college and get your degree. You get your little job, and then he would say, and you're ready to die. You don't have any plans after that, all right? It always stuck with me when he talked about that. That guy was a big influence on me, bigger than he actually would probably know. But that ready to die sentiment, it stands with a lot of people that I know. You guys accomplished just a little bit in your life, and you're satisfied and you're content. You don't dream big. You're scared to dream big. You don't believe that you can make it, especially if you come from a community that doesn't teach you that you can make it. They might make excuses for you. They might have some built-in excuses for you that there's institutional this and that you can't make it because, and people are holding you down. And I never felt that way. I never believed that one bit. And there's a lot of people that don't believe that are willing to help you get to where you need to get. But it's also your mindset. Okay, it's also what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to sacrifice. And many people aren't willing to sacrifice, and I see that in my content. I see that on my channel. They're not ready to give up on the average women that can't help them. They're not ready to give up. They're willing to let these people be a parasite to them. And that's not what I want for people who want to live the free agent lifestyle. I want you to dream big. I want you not to be ready to die at age 30, at age 35 and 40. Some of you guys get to age 50 and you see no other progress in your life. You see no other ability to progress. Sorry about those helicopters, but I want you to have that ability, that belief that you can progress at any point in your life. I started my life over at age 36, okay, with nothing, with really nothing, okay? I'm at this point now, almost 10 years later, and I have way more than I had when I stopped and restarted over, okay? Way more than I had. And let me tell you something, there's room for much more, okay? You got a lot of life to live here. It ain't over at age 40. Don't settle down. It ain't over at age 50, okay? For men, you got about maybe 40 more years to make a good run, to be honest with you, and that's what you got to believe. But a lot of times you don't even see it in your own life. You don't even see the people around you that has that drive, that purpose, that intent to do better. Why? Because they're ready to die.